It's Thursday. I'm on my way to Arizona. I needed to look at the atlas, so I pulled off the highway. I'm on, what am I on? Interstate 35, I believe. And this is like a scenic cow overlook. And I'm actually out the truck walking that away because it says pavement ends. I'm not really sure if I go straight ahead in my truck, can I get back onto the freeway? So I'm trying to figure out how this works before I like just start driving randomly, coming straight. Like, I don't know. Okay, so I guess I go through this little gate. I want to make sure that I can get back on the freeway, but I also wanted to share, these are happy cows. I don't know if they're like cows that go to be eaten or whatever, or like if they're private cows. I mean, this is like obviously something that has been cut off of the freeway. Specifically, it's called like Bizarre Cattle Scenic View or something like that. But the cows definitely look happy. Like I seen them as I was on the interstate over here, and like some of them were running, their tails were wagging. Okay, so I can't get right back on the freeway. That's what I was walking to make sure of, but it's kind of cool. Like, look at that brown cow. These cows are growing. That cow is looking at me like, what are you doing? Why are you coming over here? Get away. But the cows, they look so happy. I love to see like happy animals. And even if we have to like, if cows have to be killed for food and for purposes of people eating, I do believe that at least ranchers and stuff can have the cows where they're happy while they're here, you know, and then hopefully they are killed in a humane fashion. But like, I hate to see when you like pass some of the places in Texas that like the cows are all on top of each other. There's absolutely no grass. They're just like kind of standing in their own poop, and they're just like, they're so close together in the like pens or whatever they're called that they don't even have room to like really roam around or move and kind of just be a happy cow while they're alive. That makes me sad. When I see cows that are hanging out, they're able to move, like it's a lot of land. It goes back that way as well. But they're able to like roam freely while they're here. And like they have their little water pond down there. But I just wanted to share it with you guys. I figured if I was walking to see my path out of here, that I might as well bring you guys along with me. So gosh, forgive the hair is like everywhere, but I hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah, and I will, what the heck, oh my god, look at this fuzzy caterpillar thing. Look at it. Can you see it? I don't know if I'm getting it on camera or not, but ew. I mean, it's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's kind of cool, but you know me, I'm scared of bugs. But if it was moving any faster than that, I would not have just tried to get that on camera. I hope you guys saw that, because I've never seen any fuzzy caterpillar like that. That was very strange. Okay, but I'm going to get back in the car and get to rolling. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye again. I can't hit the button. Oh my gosh. Hello guys, it's me again. Looking crazy. This load has been giving me issues. Not super issues, but issues. I'm having a timeliness issue where I'm going to be out of service when I'm literally like 20 miles from the receiver. I've been kind of talking back and forth to my dispatcher, letting him know. I let him know yesterday when I stopped that I was going to be out of hours. I was able to find a shorter route that's on these back roads, and that's going to get me there quicker, but I'm still going to be about 20 miles short when I run p.m. And right now I'm having an error code on my reefer unit. So I called into Road Assist and they said I had to run a manual defrost twice. I've done it. This is the second time. It just finished now. But he said if there's a lot of water dripping, to do it a second time. I didn't see any water the first time, so I ran it a second time just in case. But this is like every minute counts for me driving because I'm already going to be late. So this is just another holdup. And the timeliness thing, that's why I had stopped earlier when I was talking to the cows. When I was looking at the cows because I needed to check my atlas to make sure that these back roads I'm on are regulated for big trucks, because you know you can go under clearance bridges that are too low, or there just might be roads that aren't regulated for, it's called STAA regulated routes, I think is what it's called in the atlas. And I needed to just make sure that the roads I was going on, because I am following Google, Qualcomm sent me on like the route was like 200 or something miles longer, so I found a shorter route on Google. One of my subscribers and a fellow Prime driver, Michael Fuzzy Trucker on Instagram, thank you so much for helping me, but he said he's run this route before, so it was safe. Of course, I just did my little bit of due diligence and checked the atlas as well, just to be on the safe side. So far, so good, but I'm just trying to get this load there to Arizona. I'm trying to head towards home, and I was in Michigan and I asked my dispatcher to try to head me towards California. So this is a this is a load getting me towards California, but it looks like the defrost is done. I don't know if I'll keep getting the error codes sent to my phone, but we'll see. But I'm gonna keep rolling and hope for the best. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everybody, TinyHouseDreaming here. It is Friday. It's like 7-ish o'clock in the evening. I am in New Mexico. Had to remind myself really quick. I'm at a truck stop. I just came in to use the restroom, but I'm parked here for the night at a Love's because I am diamond status, so I get my free showers to the end of the month, which is like what, Sunday or something like that. Although Prime did send out a Qualcomm message that they have a promotion going with Love's where the fuel price or like the Prime discount dropped or went up, so it's cheaper now for us to fill up at Love's. And as well as for the next 2 months, I think the next 60 days, they're automatically making Prime drivers platinum status. I think diamond is the highest you can go, and platinum is right under that, and I believe it's platinum status where you get free showers and you get free drink refills. And I believe platinum, you get 3 points for every like dollar spent or something like that, so your points build up quicker. I diamond status this month from the amount that I spent last month while I was a company driver. I spent like bought over 1,000 gallons, I think is what makes you like a diamond. So I've been enjoying my free showers here at Love's, but thanks to Prime and working out some kind of deal with Love's, I'll be at least getting my free showers for another 2 months because I'm a Prime driver. So, and that goes for lease operators as well as company drivers, I believe. Like the Qualcomm message didn't specify that you had to be one or the other. I think as long as you drive for Prime, when you, like I guess they know from your Com Data card, because you know you swipe it so they can tell what company you work for, that they're automatically going to set your account to a platinum status unless you spend enough money where you'll go up to a diamond, which I think the only difference is you'll earn 4 points for every dollar spent versus platinum is 3 points for every dollar spent. So I've been racking in my points this month. I'm saving them to try to get either a dash cam or my GPS, but I might end up buying my GPS before I get enough points to pay for it with points, or I can use part of my points to pay for it and then pay cash for the rest of it. But anywho, yesterday I made a video. You guys probably already seen my little cow video because I did that on Thursday, so I probably will put that in front of this right now. But yesterday in the truck, I sat and did like a 20-minute video showing you guys 2 settlements, my first week as a lease operator and my second week, which I just got the settlement emailed to me like in the middle of the night on Wednesday, so I didn't see it until yesterday morning. And I was kind of putting the video off because I wanted to be able to show you guys 2 weeks, because the first week as a lease operator is deferred. Your truck payment and your APU and all of those like little payments that you pay every week, they are deferred for the first 7 days. So I didn't want anybody to get the wrong idea about how much I was making or might typically make, because that first settlement has a deferred payment. So you're gonna be making take home a little more because of that. And so I was waiting for this week so I could kind of show you in comparison, so you see how much I really am making when they actually take the truck payment and all of that out. There's ants like right there where I'm standing, but the sun's in my face. Oh my gosh. I guess standing over here is the best thing possible. But so I had made this long video where I actually screen recorded, and like I scrolled through the settlements and explained everything and like the different sections, because the settlement can be 10 to like 15 pages long depending on how many trips and everything you have. So like I went through everything. I showed you guys toll amounts, like fuel, how much I spent in fuel, what I was spending for like random stuff, both weeks. And then it kind of sucked because I'm not going to actually, I still have the video, but I don't want to post it because when I went back to look at it, I realized that like my bank account number is there. I use my mom's address because like you guys know, I'm a van dweller outside of trucking. I mean, right now I'm a truck dweller, but I'm a van dweller, so I don't have an actual address to use for my company, because you can't use a P.O. box as like a company address. So I've been using my mom's address, and her like address was like right there at the top of every page. Well, not every page, but the pages I was focusing on showing you guys. So like there was too much personal information there. And while I have awesome subs, you guys are awesome. You know, you never know who's going to watch it that's trying to use your information for not so good purposes. So I kind of refrained from that. So what I did was like the important pages, I screenshotted, and like there's one page that I wanted to show you guys with how much I made. So I just like used an editing thing and like just kind of scratched out my bank account number. So I'm going to go through my phone and show you guys the screenshots of like the certain pages of the settlement that kind of have the more pertinent information. And then what I'll do is when I'm like getting routed home, so I like explained all of this in the video yesterday, so I guess I'll retell it not in as lengthy just because I feel so like repetitive. But so I picked up the load I'm on now in Michigan. And I'm headed to Arizona. Like I said, right now I'm in New Mexico. Tomorrow morning I'll be dropping this load in Arizona. It was due today at 2 p.m. actually. But yesterday I was in Kansas. I got stuck in Kansas. Like right as I ran out of time, I was having all of these issues with my trailer. I kept getting error codes sent to me to my phone like every 2 minutes. Like it would just message after message after message. I kept having to pull over, do some like manual defrost on my reefer. That didn't work. The error codes kept coming. Road Assist tried to send me to like Amarillo, which was completely out of my route. And I was like only had an hour left, and that would have been took me for like about 3 hours to get there, maybe a little bit longer. So I talked to dispatch. I let them know I'm out of hours, but like obviously with the reefer unit not working properly and getting hotter, you don't want to leave food just sitting in there. So like that's kind of a definitely like something that you have to take serious. So you know, I was like, what should I do? Because I don't really want to run over my clock, because I don't know that a DOT officer is going to care that like your reefer was broke, so you had to like go over your 14 hours. Don't really care about that, you know, and they still probably would cite me. So I was concerned on my end that I didn't want to go over my clock, but then I also was aware that like that's a huge liability, because I have all this product on the back of my trailer that needs to be kept at a certain temperature, and the temperature continuously kept rising. So I did know that like there was some kind of immediate action needed to be taken. My dispatcher found a carrier, which is the brand of the reefer unit that's on the trailer. He found a carrier in Dodge City, Kansas, which is, I guess, where they used to do like the shoot 'em up, bang bang. Some famous cowboy is from there. I can't think of who it is at the present time. But so I drove about 50 miles back towards where I had came from, took my trailer, got it fixed, ended up picking it up, had to spend the night out there to do my 10 hours and got back on the road. But anyways, that put me behind. So they changed the appointment time to my load until Sunday, but I'll actually, like, I'm 300 miles from there at this point, so I'll get it there in the morning about 7 a.m. I'll start driving about 2 a.m. But that's kind of been how this load has been a problem. Like, I had issues. It was pouring rain when I picked this load up in Michigan, and it took me about an hour. Like, I was overweight, or the way the tandems was slid all the way back. My tractor was overweight in the beginning. Then as I was trying to slide the tandems, it was raining so hard. There were puddles of water in the shipper's lot. So like I was having issues sliding my tandems. I finally got some advice from Christina, a fellow Highway Diamond. Thank you so much for helping me out in a pinch. Like, really quick, you answered my question and it really helped me versus having to sit there and like try to figure it out. But I ended up chalking the back of my back tandem tires, or drive tires, and I ran over them a few times just because it was so slippery that even they were like kind of scooting. But eventually I did get my tandem slid. I got them slid to the right hole. I'm not overweight. I'm at like 33, I think. So like I'm right underweight on both the tractor and the trailer. So that worked out. Thank you so much. Like, that helped, the fact that you responded to me so quickly. But yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get off of here, and then I'm going to record my screen. And I think I just said that I like screenshotted the pertinent pages of my settlement both weeks. So I'll kind of go over it. You guys will be able to hear me talking, but I'll show you on my screen. And what I'm going to do is when I get home, because I'm slowly going towards California, Mr. B kind of got sick, but he's better now. But I just want to see him. You know, it's been a couple weeks since I've seen him. So I'm going to roll through. I'm going to get some of my winter clothes off my truck, just because I hate clutter. Not that my truck's super cluttered, but, you know, I don't have a need for those clothes right now because it's super hot everywhere that I've been. Even like when I was in the rain in Michigan, it was not cold. So I didn't need to have like cargo pants and a big pink coat or none of that. You know, I'm in shorts. Like, it's nice everywhere pretty much at this point. And when I get to California, I think I'll stop by the library and I'm gonna print out the 2 pages of two pages. One settlement's 13 pages, one is 11 pages, to just kind of give you an idea of how big these things are. And there's like all kind of payroll codes and everything. So I want to print them out just for my own kind of, there's some things that I might have a question about, but until I'm like, the way I'm scrolling on my phone, it's not as easy to line up each line or whatever. So I want to print it out just so I can get all my questions down. So when I talk to my payroll person, I can kind of go over it and understand certain things on the settlement that I'm still learning how to understand, how to read. But also for you guys, because then I can just take a Sharpie and block out the addresses and like my bank account numbers and stuff like that. But I can show you every page of the settlement to kind of show you how to look payroll codes up, and like, you know, just so you guys can get a gist of what it's like when you're leasing, to like understand the numbers that are coming in and going out. So I'll do that in a later video where I kind of break the settlement down to you guys. And by then I'll have maybe a couple more. Well, I mean, I'll be in California probably next week, so I might have one more week of a settlement. So like I'll be able to do it to three different ones to show you guys. But yeah, so that's basically all I came on here to say. I'm running out of battery, so I'm gonna go get in the truck, plug my phone up while I'm doing my little screen record thingy. And I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. It's Friday, TGIF. Although in the trucking world, like every day is Monday, Friday, it don't matter. Pick your favorite day of the week and every day can be that day. Because stuff don't stop out here. But I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Have a safe, productive weekend. yeah, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye. Oh, and my video of what am I trying to say? The video of my truck tour. I was sick for a few days, and I just like on this load, I'm so crunched for time. Like I've literally had time to stop, shower, cook something, and go to sleep. So I haven't had time to make it. I like actually just like I was gonna say spot clean the truck today, but no, I like wiped everything down. Not that I'm like junky or anything, but like when I show you guys, I definitely don't want it to be like even like dust on the floor. And I don't know, but I'm gonna do that video. It might not be because I'm like in a crunch, and then I already have my next load, a repower load that I'm picking up, taking to Victorville. That'll get me into California. Then from Victorville, I probably will get a load into the Bay Area. But like everything has been going, you know, when you're solo, like you don't have a team member to help you drive or anything. So I have just been running. So like that video is coming. I might take the time when I get to California if I don't have time in between. But I did make half of the video. Like I tried to separate it where the front console I show you guys, and then I was gonna make a second video of the back of the truck, like you know, the sleeper part of the truck. So I got the front console and everything done, and as soon as I was going to the back of the sleeper I got a load, and it was like needed to be picked up ASAP, so I didn't have time to even do the sleeper, and that was like maybe 2 days ago, like Wednesday I think it was. So I have half of the video done. I just need to do the sleeper part, and like you'll see whatever outfit I'm wearing when I do the sleeper part, it's different from what I had on the day I did the console, but that's why. I just didn't have time to get it all done. But other than that, guys, I am going to let you go. I'll talk to you later. I hope everybody has a beautiful day. Had a beautiful day because it's like the evening now. And yeah, be safe and thanks for watching. Bye. Alrighty, guys. So I'm going to try to make this quick because I know you guys don't want to sit too long. So I'm going to start with the first week. First week, here is what I made. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Nope. This is what I made the first week. If you look under where it says settlement recap, like the middle of the page, you'll see like my total revenue for the full week is the $4,769.60. My reimbursements from settlement, the $1,592.37, is what they do is they on a certain page of your settlement, they show you that they're deducting like the truck payment, APU, the license and permits, all of the fees, and then all of that is part of that $3,493, the deductions from settlement. And that includes like fuel, any kind of deduction that I had, fuel, any lumper fees that I paid, that I like used my ComData card or wrote a ComCheck for, the truck payment, all of that stuff is part of the $3,400 or almost $3,500. Then what they did was they reimbursed me back $1,592.37 of that $3,500. Which is like the APU and all the fixed costs that they deferred for 7 days. So like they show it coming out and then they put it back in. So that's what that's about. And where I circled is the gross, gross is the amount that I received in my bank account for that week. So after all the deductions, Prime taking their part for everything that I needed to pay for, that's what I made. And then of course, keep in mind that you have to somehow put aside your own taxes. They're not removing taxes from that amount. So I think like $800, I'm saving 30% that I'm putting in my savings account, my business savings account, so I can pay taxes quarterly. So my 30% was like $801 or $805, something like that. And for this settlement, I had 4 trips that I did, and so what I did was I took screenshots of each trip because it kind of gives you a detail of like the address you picked up from, delivered from. It shows you your mileage rate, what you made, your fuel surcharge of what they've given you. It shows if you had any tolls, it like will show you here on this page, but each trip has its own individual page. So like this is one trip I did. This is another trip that I did. This is another trip I did. And then this is the last trip that I did. So those 4 trips is what added up to the $47.69.60 on this page. And then for fuel for that trip, I think this is it for the first week. Yes. So fuel for that trip is here. And what it is like, I'm going to kind of just blow up to the part, because like you see where I put the yellow line is all of the different fuels for like the reefer, the tractor, DEF. And then like if you come over here, these are the amounts for it. So like the first week, I know it's hard for you, like it doesn't give you an add up of all of the amounts together, but I added up all my receipts and I spent about $1,200 the first week on fuel. And at the end of the week, which our payroll period ends on a Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central Time. So at the end of the week, I still had like maybe a half to 3/4 of a tank. So that $1,200, kind of a little bit of it carried into the next pay period because I had, fuel in my tank. I wasn't on E. So that's the first week. And like I said in the video earlier, I will break down the settlement better for you guys once I have copies of it where I can like highlight the personal information out, but I can actually show you guys a better breakdown of how it looks when you're looking at it yourself. But anyways, second week that just passed, or this is the first week still, the second week that just passed, this does include a truck payment. So this is kind of more gonna be probably closer, unless like there's some just amazing like load or something comes along. This is probably going to be more towards the average or the norm versus that first week, because remember the first week the payment is for your truck and APU and all of that stuff. Your payment is deferred for the first 7 days. So that what I made at the end of the week did not include me paying a truck payment. This week it does. So I made $15,26.38 is what got deposited into my bank account. My week, like all the trips together added up, was the $4,000, like right in the middle of the page under that settlement recap, the $4,070.96. My total deductions from the settlement is $2,654.97, which includes all of the truck payment, APU, licensing fees, my emergency fund, my tire fund, like all of that type of, well, actually the tire fund is the $59.07 that's below. But all of my deductions, like everything that I owe the cost of operating the truck, including the fuel, which I'll show you guys in a minute, how much I spent in fuel. And it was about $1,000, just because the page is not going to add it up for you. But my total reimbursements from the settlement, the $169.41, like on last week's, it was like that 15 something. The only reason I got reimbursed is like the $89 when I stayed in the Red Roof Inn when I was still a company driver. For some reason, they never reimbursed me for that. So my fleet manager helped me get that taken care of, and that got paid back on this check. And then there was something else that they reimbursed me, like some small fee, because $90 of that is for the hotel that I paid for out of my pocket that they're giving me back. And then there was like 70 something dollars. God, off the top of my head, I can't think of what it is, but some other little amount that I had paid out of pocket that they're reimbursing me for, basically. But okay, so that's that. And then this amount right here consisted of 4 trips as well. So each week I got 4 trips in, and those 4 trips are right here. So here's one, and you can see this week I paid a lot of tolls. So like on that trip, it was a $12 toll, but it shows you like my breakdown, and at the very bottom of this main page, what my final amount was. Then here is the second trip. my third trip, and my final trip. So yeah, there's my 4 trips. And then my fuel, again, I put that little yellow, so because like the stuff above is like different things that, like, you can see the 1041. Here's my truck payment, to use my fuel card, $1, like the toll for the week, $142.17. Like, it's other stuff, but the yellow, around the yellow is where my fuel cost is. So like, you can see the description name, and then you see like the amounts over here. And like I said, it doesn't add it up for you, but I added my fuel receipts up because I'm trying to keep a track of, on average, about, like, it's gonna always be different from week to week, but I'm trying to kind of get a sense of how much on average I'm spending a week, so I can already kind of pre-gauge what I'll be spending. So like right now, I kind of have it in my head that like $1,000 to $1,100 a week I'll be spending on fuel. And it might be a little bit less than that or a little bit over that, just depending on the trips I get and how often I have to fill up and stuff like that. But so that's how much I spent in fuel. And so that's going back to this amount. So that 2,654 deductions from settlement, that includes all my truck fixed costs as well as the fuel that I spent that week. So the 4,000 minus the 2,600 is how I ended up getting the 1,526.38. And again, that is not including any taxes being removed. So like, I set aside $450 that I sent to my business savings account to for the second week to save taxes, to save up on taxes, and that's 30%. And yeah, I think that covers everything. So as soon as I'm able, I'll kind of do a settlement video to let you guys know, to see the settlement like page for page and give you more of a breakdown and stuff. But that's just because I know everybody was wondering, and there's 2 weeks. There you have it. So again, hope everybody has a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye.